Okay, folks, we're actually back this time. I had a little technical issue with the previous version of this. And yeah, we're back with the free to play account here on Star Trek Online. Last time, I believe, on the for the uploads up to YouTube, we got the Ryzen Corvette. I have since maxed out the baseline one and have acquired acquired the fleet version, which is a pilot ship, which I'll be showing off at some point. Also, they have started up a new featured task force, a TFO, which is awarding coupon points for the tier 6, the free tier 6 ships. So we're going to be completing that because if we look here at the events, I am literally just one run of the featured TFO away from completing the coupon. So we'll be acquiring the new ship today. In the meantime, let me just do this. All right, we're doing this quickly. Working in tier 6 in the except for that one, which we're saving up for one more piece of gear before we actually do that. We haven't gotten that tier 5 yet. All right, cool. And crafting. All right. But yes, we are in Rise at the moment. Summer event is still going. I'm going to quickly grab the flying high thing because it's worth some dilithium and some free marks, so I'll grab those. No reason not to. So we are late enough into the summer event that it is no longer possible to get the Ryzen Corvette. That said, if you haven't started, it's probably worth running it just to get progress towards it because you can complete the previous year's summer event thing with the following year's tokens. So I know because I did that with my main account. I didn't complete last year's summer event ship and just completed it this year, along with the Ryzen Corvette. So it's worth running it a few times just to make some progress on it so you have a chance at completing both. Rubber banding. Well, given that the audio wasn't working when I did my stream intro, I'll miss the opening song. Oh well. C'est la vie. Anyways, Mario Supersonic, hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry for not saying hi, actually, because you were very helpful in pointing out that my audio wasn't working. Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, FF14 is a good game, Mario. It's one of those MMOs I really should play more. It does a lot of things very much right. It does a couple things that are I personally wish it didn't do, but it's a personal thing. Like my issue with FF14 is honestly a very simple one. It is not a big deal, really, not really a big deal. It's just sort of a nature way they handle classes, in that there's no actual sort of character design choices. Like you choose how your character looks, and you have complete freedom on like there's no real mechanical difference between between the various races in the game. So you can play whatever you want with whatever class, whatever job you want, and you can pick up whatever jobs you want. But mechanically, every white mage is the same as every other white mage. Every black mage is the same as every other black mage. There are no choices to make in how you build your character, which means you can't screw things up, which is a good thing. But one of the things I do like about MMOs is sort of designing my own character, even if it ends up being very similar to someone else's mechanically. I like having the choices. They're very minor stat choices, Mario. Very minor. They have almost non-existent actual mechanical effects long term. Like, in the very late game, there is a minor mechanical effect. Very, very minor. Like, less than a percentage point differential. Put this one in gamma. Alright, let's run the featured TFO. So I get my coupon. I gotta work out what ship I'm gonna take with that coupon. So, the new event is Arena of Sampak, which is one of the weekend events they used to do. It's interesting. It's sort of a holodeck arena. You basically do wave after wave of baddies. And I'm out of... Oh dear, I'm out of... Oh, that's going to be an issue. Oh dear.
Kovan, welcome to the Arena of Some.
Excellent. Call of Cthulhu? No?
Spectators, honored combatants, prepare for the battle. Begin with the skirmish against members of the Alliance.
Oh, Borg. That's excellent. I pulled out the right gun. Ow. Do I play Call of Cthulhu? Not really, no. I have played it, but I do not actively play it. I've never GM'd it, but Call of Cthulhu, yeah, I conceptually like it. It's just not one of those games I've actually played much. I've played it. I've never run it though.
Enemy
suck. Ow. I've jammed a bunch of stuff on stream over the years. I'm going to be going back to doing D&D at some point. I do want to try out running 5th edition.
Fighters, prepare yourselves. It is time for the happy round. It would seem a bigger challenge. So be it. Cease hostility.
And there we go.
Despite the odds, I look forward to watching your next efforts in the arena. Kapla!
Uh-huh. Alright, great. I'll grab some discovery marks in this one. Haven't done any of those. Basically, I hit that wave of I hit a big wave of basically I've had writer's block for a while. I just haven't been able to write anything. And I'm just not sure what I'm not sure what I'd want to do for a Star Trek game as a, from a game master standpoint. All right. I can claim my coupon now. Hooray. There, let's claim my coupon. Hooray. I now have a 100% discount coupon, Tier 6 ship. It's so good for my free-to-play account. Oh, it's so good. So it does not apply to ships in here, in the new tab, but I believe it applies to everything. Yes! I can get any ship. That's... Oh, well, there's a couple of ships in here I can't get. I can't get the Buron either. Oh, the Buron was... What? Yeah, the Buron's in the list of the new ships. Okay. So I couldn't get the Buron or the Koj Command Dreadnoughts or the new Temporal warships, which is too bad. I'd like to get the Edison. That'd be a good one for the free to play account. I'm not sure what I want to get with the coupon. Mario, that's not how that's. While I'm an extremely, I like to think I am a fairly good improvisational GM, especially with a new system and a setting I've not run before. I need a basic premise to start with, and I didn't have one I wanted to start with. I had a couple of ideas, all of which led to stuff I didn't want to do, so I basically just shelved it for a while until I came up with something better. And I've been working on a new D&D setting. Star Trek will happen at some point, because I do want to try the system out, but I am not sure what I want to get with that.
The Horgon hunt is ended. Try again soon.
There are a couple of very good options that I'm thinking about, so I will think about them. You know what? That is fantastic. I'm not sure how they chibiified themselves, but whatever. But yeah, the D&D thing I'm working on, I'm still working on the setting, basically. I need to finish writing it. I've done some work on it, but I need to do a bit more. All right, but anyways, more importantly, back to the free-to-play thing. Yeah, so I'm currently leveling the fleet version of the Rising Corvette from the summer event. It's got pilot maneuvers, which is kind of awesome. All right. I don't need to max this yet. I just kind of want to work on it. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Seoul, and we are going to look more carefully at the ships I'm thinking about. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to take. I'm going to see something. I'm going to see something. What All right, so recommendations I'm seeing are basically fitting with what I was thinking. So we're going back to Seoul. And we'll take a quick look in take a closer look there. I've gone over this before on the free play account thing, but I want to go over it one more time before I actually make my pick. So yeah, we're going to be picking up a free tier 6 ship. Looking for one that'll have a trait I'm going to want. I know there are 3 very good picks. 3 extremely good picks from what I'm remembering. The thing is, I want to pick one that I'm going to actually enjoy flying, as the ship itself is the big thing. Dock. So there are 3 very good picks from him. Again, well, we'll go over it here in a second. I just said that. I've said the 3 very good picks multiple times. All right. Anyways, ship vendor is right here. I could buy it through the tab there, but I want to take a closer look here. No, the ship vendor's over here. There we go. Get a new starship. Go to tier 6. All right. So basically, as I mentioned last time, it depends sort of somewhat on what you're planning on doing with your account. I'm basically planning on most just focusing on this one character. So I'm going to pick up the stuff I want to spend actual stuff on. My actual real resources on are stuff that this character will be useful for this character. I will say the Phantom Intel Escort and the Eclipse Intel Cruiser are both very good ships. And they stand on their own very well as excellent ships. The Intel Escort has a good trait. The Eclipse's trait is not very good. It's not sort of generic. It's not sort of generically useful. That said, it's an excellent cruiser. So it's hard it's hard to argue against it. It's a solid pick. I'm not a big fan of the Scryer. It's fine, but other ships I think are quite good. The Presidio Tactical Battle Cruiser, Command Battle Cruiser, is an excellent ship. Like, this is a superb ship with a very solid trait. The Science Pilot Escort has a very good trait and is a very, very, very good ship. It's an excellent escort. I'm leaning towards something that's not a escort or a science ship right now because I have a good science ship from the anniversary event with the Vulcan science ship that I've got, and I've got a pretty solid escort in the Ryzen Pilot Escort that I've got, so I'm less inclined to pick up that, but its trait is so good that I'm considering it. These 3 ships are all very, very, very good ships. That's right. I'm in the wrong category here. I scrolled back by accident. There we go. The Star Cruisers. These 3 are all very good. Their traits are fine. If you're planning on doing a combo torpedo and science ship, the Science Star Cruiser's trait is actually extremely good. Basically what it does is whenever you activate a control ability, bridge officer ability, it gives you a boost to exotic damage and projectile damage. So this would actually be if you're flying a projectile-based, sort of torpedo-based science ship as your main ship, this would be an excellent pickup, and it's an excellent ship on its own. So I'm actually tempted by this ship a fair bit. It's very good. Also, they're good-looking ships. Yeah, I really like the way the Yorktown looks. And, like, it's really easy to, like, just kit this thing out as a very, very, very solid ship. Like this thing's just, like, I'm really tempted by this, honestly. This is actually, like, very high on my list of potential pickups. The Science Star Cruiser is one of my favorite ships in the game. It's really good. It's tough as nails. It's effectively a fleet ship, so it's got the extra console you get from a fleet ship. It's just really good. This ship is cross-factioned. It's got a very good trait for science ships. This is an excellent science ship, but I'm not that sort of interested in it, honestly. I've got a solid science ship. This is probably a better ship than my science ship, but I just don't need another science ship right now. These are also extremely good science ships. Because my current I haven't my maximum number of ships. I have no ship slots available right now. I'd have to clear a ship slot out. That's not hard. I can do that pretty easily. Yeah, I just like if I just clear out if I just clear out my Ryzen Corvette, like I'm fine. I don't need it because I've got I've got the pilot version there. Yeah, you can only have a certain number of ships active at a time. Those are all very good science ships, but again, I'm not really pressed on it. Okay. Here's the thing. This ship's trade is very good. The ship is not I do not like flying this ship. Also, it is plug ugly. This is an extremely good cruiser. Its trade is solid. Its trade is not generically useful, though, for me. It's a good trait for... It's a good cruiser trait. This gives you a buff to beam fire at will, so if you're flying beam weapon ships, it's a good ship. But it's also really ugly, but it's a really good ship. It looks good from the top. But, oh, God. That's it. This is a good ship. The science version, what is the science version's trait? I forget. Oh, right, the buff to boarding party. Ugh. This ship's trait is garbage. It's a solid ship, but like this is the best of the three as a ship, and its trait is solid. So I would consider this if it wasn't so just hideously ugly. Oh God, I hate that ship. These are again very good pilot ships. I actually would be very tempted by this if all I care about was making my science ship as good as possible. This would probably be the ship I pick up because this trait is really, really good for science ships. Because it gives you the advanced Gravwell, which basically reduces the cooldown in Gravwell and increases the duration of Gravwell. So your Gravwell is basically you basically always have a Gravwell up. It's really good. The Cardassian ships are all solid. The flight deck carrier has a pretty good trait, if I remember correctly. What is this trait? Oh yeah, Calm Before the Storm. So basically, while this ship is trait slotted, you gain a stack of Calm every 3 seconds while in combat. Each stack grants a small amount of damage resistance. Exit Calm will clear all stacks. Once you have 10 stacks, all stacks are cleared and you gain a Storm buff. On effective Storm, you gain a buff to Bridge Officer, ability, recharge speed, and weapon firing cycle haste. This is a very good trait, and it's a solid ship. It's one I'm considering. That's very odd. It's not showing some ships that it should be showing. Alright. So, other ships I'm considering. Actually, no, I'm actually going to frame the ship slot right now, just so I've got it freed up. Erie. Let's just discharge you. Make sure you don't have anything on you that I care about. You do. Pull you off. That's something I didn't do. I didn't put the correct experimental weapon on the ship. That's something I forgot to do. Oops. Alright, easily fixed. For the event ships, no, Brother John. Basically, C-store ships and ships you get through, through the events. If you go to the event store, account reward reclaim. I can reclaim the Rising Corvette right there. Any of these ships you've gotten through the events, you can reclaim through here. And there's also the if you go to the lithium store and to the reclaim there, anything you've gotten through the other events you can get through here, like the random gear. C-store ships you just pick up from the store again. Lockbox ships you don't want to delete because those are not things you can just get again. So ships you get through the cash shop and stuff you get through the basically anything you get through the in-game menus, like the like if you get like any ships you can get through here from like the low. I think you can I think you can get like the lower tier ships too if you get rid of them, or worst case you can buy them with the lithium. A lot of them. So, but I think you buy through the cash shop or you got through an event, you can reclaim. The promotional stuff and lockbox stuff, you can't reclaim. That is what honestly the dry dock is for. I've got one dry dock slot at the moment, but like I can clear some of the stuff out. Like I can clear these 3 out. They don't matter. I can reclaim those at some point. Like, I would, like, for the ships I have here, I would not want to get rid of this because that was technically a lockbox ship. Also, it no longer exists. Also, it's now a full carrier, so I actually can give it another thing of fighters, which I think I might want to do. Starship equipment, hangar pets. Heavy fighters. Yeah, they made some of the flight deck cruisers into full-fledged carriers. Yeah, that's a lockbox ship. Don't want to get rid of that. Technically speaking, this is one I could ditch. This is a cash shop ship I happen to get for free. Cash shop ship. That's my event ship. Technically cash shop ship, so I could ditch this if I want to, but I might want to level it at some point, despite the fact that I don't like the. If I can get myself a Starship upgrade token, I might level it. I'm not a big fan of this particular. I'm not a fan of the Tier 5 Galaxy. Unfortunately, it is way too engineering heavy. This is actually a good little ship. I don't know why I put that there. That's the ship I'm currently leveling, and that is the Orb Weaver, which I got for. Basically I picked it up off the exchange again. I bought a bunch of the Tier 5 used, fairly cheap, for like a couple mil each. Let me see if these other ships are actually popping up in my thing here. I have a ship slot. Yep, they are. They're showing up there now. Great. Okay. So there are some ships I think we're missing because I didn't have a ship slot. Yep, there are a few. Okay. So other ships I was considering. I'm not actually considering this because I don't like its trait, and they're better cruisers for this thing. But the Tier 6 Galaxy is actually solid. It fixes a lot of the problems the Tier 5 version has, and makes it a flyable ship. It's good, not great, but good. And you know, if you want to fly around in the Enterprise, you know, it's hard to go wrong. This is one of the best bang for your buck ships in the game. This is on the list. This is on the list that most people, virtually everybody makes of early cash out ships you want to get. It's because its trait is ridiculously good. Basically, the trait is whenever you activate emergency power to weapons, it gives you firing weapons. It gives your energy weapon. Let's see how it phrase it. Reduces the weapon power. It reduces the power cost of all your weapons and increases your weapon fire rate. Also, it's a great trait, and because almost every ship uses an emergency power to weapons. Literally, the only ship I have that doesn't run it is my science ship, because that ship's built around exotic stuff and torpedoes. And torpedoes to a lesser degree. Also, it's just a really, really good ship. It's flexible. It does a lot of stuff well. It's a really good, really, really good cruiser. I am really considering picking this up. It's a Tier 6 Excelsior. Unfortunately, it's not very good. Honestly, if you want like a sort of a flexible escort, this one's actually very good. It carries a wing of fighters. If you want to do carrier type stuff, it's actually pretty good for that. It's got a neat trait for carriers too, so I would seriously consider picking that up if I wanted to do carrier stuff going forward. Like seriously do carrier stuff. This is just a good escort. The Dreadnought, trait's not very good, and they're better big heavy Dreadnought cruiser type things. There are better escorts available than the Tier 6 Defiant, unfortunately. Basically, if you want to fly something that's like that looks a lot like a Defiant and does Defiant type things, fly the Phantom. It's better. It's the Defiant but better. And if you don't care about that, fly one of the pilot escorts. They're better than the Defiant. The Defiant has one thing going for it. Its trait's useful if you want to do cannons, but that's about it. It's a Tier 6 carrier. It's a carrier. It's a full-fledged carrier. Its trait is... Its trait is meh. So, but it's a full-fledged carrier. I'm not a big fan of the temporal slips, although this ship is very good. Do not use your coupon on it. Do not buy it with Zen. The reason being, there's a bundle that you can get that has it in it for 2,000 Zen. Just don't. Just don't. The Tier 6 Sovereign. This is actually a very good ship. It's an excellent cruiser. It looks cool. Its trait's fine. It's a recharge reduction for engineering abilities, which is just not a bad thing. Like, there is nothing wrong with the ship. It's a good ship. I wouldn't pick it first of cash shop ships, but if you really dig the way the Sovereign looks, hard to go wrong with it. It's a solid science ship. More science ships. This is an extremely good escort, honestly. It's a Tier 6 Miranda. It's a Tier 6 Reliant. It's a good ship. There, that's what it's supposed to look like. This looks like the Miranda. You know, it's the Reliant from Wrath of Khan. Tier 6 version. It's a good ship. But again, there are ships I'll pick before it. Here we go. Recon Destroyer. I don't know. This is actually a ship I'm not that familiar with, honestly. What's his trait? Is his trait any good? Jubilant Cadence, while straight is active, defeating an enemy or healing allies will give you 1 second Jubilant Cadence to a maximum of once every 4 seconds, which lasts until you leave combat or defeated. Each second Jubilant Cadence, receive this will increase your ship's maneuverability. Cute. When we reach 5 stacks, you and your teammates receive a large boost to speed and turn rate while having all bridge officer ability recharge time reduced. Cute. That's not a bad trait. And it looks like a pretty solid ship, honestly. It's a good heavy escort. The Europa. This is a good ship. If I remember correctly. Trait's active. Your health drops below 30%. This trait heals you and all your teammates for a significant amount, and then significantly increases your outgoing healing. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's actually a neat support ship trait, honestly. That's kind of cool. All right, the Gagarin. This is one of the ones that virtually everyone. This is one of the 3 that everyone recommends. I don't remember what. I remember it being a good ship. Yeah, it's a 5.3 cruiser. Base turn of 7 is a little unmaneuverable, but that's fine. Good hull, good shields. Lieutenant Tactical, Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Commander Tactical. Okay, that's extremely good tactical seating. Commander Engineering, Miracle Worker. Oh, it's a Miracle Worker ship. That's actually really good. Yeah, this is actually a real solid cruiser. What is its trait? It's a Miracle Worker ship, so it's got some really cool stuff. It's got the Miracle Worker abilities, which means that's actually really neat. That's neat. That puts us very high on my list. What is this trait? Entwine Tactical Matrices. Oh, right. When you activate Beam Fire at Will or Cannon Scatter Volley, your next torpedo tap becomes a torpedo spread. Activating torpedo spread causes your beam weapons to gain fire at will or Cannon Scatter Volley. That's actually a very good trait. Okay, so if you're planning on flying mixed armament ships, so cannons and torpedoes, or beams and torpedoes, that trait is very, very good. Especially if you're doing on cruisers. That's actually real tempting. If you're planning on flying raiders, the Shran is great. If you're not, then don't pick it up. And where the hell's the Norenda? There it is. This is the other one I'm seriously considering. The support cruiser. It's a Tier 6 Ambassador. The Ambassador is one of my favorite looking Star Trek ships. Like, I love the way the Ambassador looks. Oh, yes, it is flat. The Gagarin is flat. It is cruiser. It does cruisery things. The reason I'm strongly considering it is it has the most generically useful trait of any of the Fed ships, in my opinion. Like, its trait is just good for everybody, basically. Prolonged conflicts become more blah, blah, blah. While it's slot, each foe that damaged you will grant you a stack of history will remember, which imparts increased damage, hull capacity, and hull regeneration. Each foe only counts for a single stack, no matter how many times they damage you. Each stack will last until you leave the map. You may have up to 30 stacks maximum. You only can gain 1 stack per second. This trait is really good. Also, the Norenda is a good ship. Ensign Tactical, Lieutenant Tactical, Commander Engineering Temporal Ops, Lieutenant Commander Science, Lieutenant Commander Universal, which would go directly into Tactical, in my opinion. This is actually a really, really solid ship, and I'm really strongly considering it. So basically, I would say, honestly, in terms of generic usefulness, I would say it's either this, the Gagarin, or the Arbiter. So either this one, or this one. Those are the 3 best ships, in my opinion, for your first free ship as a free-to-play player. I'm going to go with the Norenda because I just like the ship. I have flown all 3 ships. I like all 3 ships. They're all very good. God, I'm real tempted by the Gagarin. I just like the Norenda's trait better. But the Gagarin's so good. Oh, do I care about the Gagarin's trait is the question. For my science ship. I kind of do, actually. Oh, that's actually tempting. Because that gives me effectively a second torpedo spread. Ooh, that's actually real tempting. Oh, these are both such good ships. When can I get another Tier 6 ship? How long does the ship need to carry me? Honestly, I mean, they'll be doing another event ship with the... they're actually doing another event ship fairly soon, from what I understand. And then the winter event will be another one, and they'll be giving another ship around... Hey, Jinx. Honestly, there are 3 options that I'm sort of flipping between for my free ship. Basically, I'm flipping between these two, pretty realistically, or the Arbiter. The Arbiter is... okay, so what it boils down to is I think... For the way I fly ships, I think the Gagarin's probably slightly better than the Narenda. I like the Narenda's looks better. The Narenda's a better looking ship. Like, I actively like the way the Narenda... I adore the Narenda. Also, it can look like the Ambassador, which, you know... It's the Enterprise C. It's a cool ship. But I actually really like the way the Narenda looks, too, honestly. I dig this ship a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the way the Gagarin looks. Though it's fine. The Gagarin's fine. But, oh god, it's so good. Oh, the Gagarin's a really good ship, and it's a full Miracle Worker ship, which is actually really good. This gets some temporal ops slots. You know what? I'm going to go with Gagarin. I think the Gagarin is probably mechanically my best option, other than possibly the Arbiter. Yeah. So we're going to grab the Gagarin. I have no problems with it acquiring this ship. I have no problems with this ship at all. This is actually going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy this. All right. There's the Shaw. Okay. What's this console? Oh, its console is actually kind of neat too, actually. When this console first fires a burst of pure protonic energy directly from your ship's EPS conduits through the deflector dish towards your target. That's actually not a bad little console to have, so that'll be fun. Alright, now the question is, do I have enough beam arrays for this thing or not? I don't remember. I think I'm short like a couple. Yeah, I am short a couple. That's fine. I can make do. Alright, so the Shaw is going to be... We're going to run my Agony phasers in the front here. And my gravimetric torpedo over here. All right. So I need one more. I think, 2 more Agony phase arrays or 2 regular phase arrays. Let's see how much Agonies are going for. I need 1 for the front, and I'm going to need 1 more for the back. And reputation. Task Force Omega. Do I? Oh, I do not have enough Omega marks for this, do I? Shoot. How many marks is the kinetic cutting beam? It is 500 omega marks. Okay, I won't be able to get that for a little while. So I'll have to make do with two. I'll have to make do with 2 beam arrays in the back. All right, we need phaser arrays. I would prefer agony phasers for obvious reasons, but I'm not going to sink tons of money into them right now because they are expensive. Yeah, oh god, the cheapest agony phaser being raised is 3.5 mil. I think I've got 6 on me total. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's see what the cheapest very rare quality phaser beam arrays are. Regular ones that I could get very cheap at Mark II and upgrade from there, and I actually have some Phoenix upgrade books to use on that, so that's not a bad thing. Do we have any ones with pen on them? If they're Mark IIs with pen. I don't care what the other mods are, I just care about penetration. Overload's fine, and I'll take those if I can't find ones with pen. Worst case, I can just craft some, probably. There's one with pen. That's great. I think I need a total of 3, so... Oh, the covert ones. Those are interesting. They're just not good. And they're 2 more with pen. Beautiful. Alright, beautiful. Penetration's actually a very useful mod, so... Alright, didn't upgrade in quality, but I don't really care about that. That one did nice. No, it didn't. I'm wrong. Alright, I need to get more... Of those. I don't think there's anything from these I actually want, so... Yeah. Anything from rare that I want's a question. I do not believe so. I think I have the crystalline absorption matrix already, so... In fact, I'm nearly positive I do. I'll say 1. Just in case I'm wrong. Anything here I care about? Don't believe so. I don't, yeah. Yep, alright, we're just gonna grab up attack grades. Almost to tier 5, tier 15. Alright, beautiful. Ah, that one did go up in quality. Cool. That'll go in the front. Oh, dear Lord, that went up to that. Okay. Darn. That one went up to Epic. Or whatever the top tier is. I forget what it's called. Top quality. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright, let's re-engineer these. Crit H I don't care about. Damage and crit tier are the mods I actually care about. That one's done. Re-engineer this one. Okay. Re-engineer you. First roll, I got a good mix. Excellent. Okay, I don't have to do anything more with you. Okay, I'll take it. And as much as I want to level, as much as I enjoy the pilot Raptor right now, the pilot Corvette right now, I want to level this ship as it has a trait I care about. Sure. Alright. Alright. Devices. We want you. We want the red matter capacitor. And we're going to want the deuterium burn. Fallen locators. Where's that last fallen locator? There it is. Alright. Now, I'm not sure about you, whether I'm going to run you or not yet. I have to decide. There's other stuff I do want to run definitively first. It's Tronium Alloy. Looking at our CS mod. Yes, please. Pryor's World Defense Satellite. Yes. That boosts both kinetic and phaser damage. Yes. I do have crystalline absorption matrix. Good. I don't need that then. Boronite lace weaponry is cute, but not what I need right now. Approaching agony. Yeah, it's probably one I want to run. It's got both crit chance and and phaser damage. That's actually really good. Secondary shield projector I will want. I might just run the refracting this thing. The click's not good, but its actual abilities are actually useful. Its actual passes are good. Let's try it out. See how it works. That's a rare there. Yeah. Do I care about any of that stuff? Not really. You know, I might just buy a couple of emotes for funsies. I'm tempted to see what that is, actually. If it's a one-shot, then it's crap. But if it's not a one-shot, it actually might be almost useful. I'm gonna look this up online, see if I can find it. That might actually be not a one-shot. I'll pick it up and see. I'll pick it up and see. All right, is there any? Consumed on use. Really? That just seems terrible. It seems like such a complete waste. I'll try. I'll put it on the ship. We'll use it to make sure to see it actually if it actually does consume it. But we'll swap the deuterium burn in afterwards. This is all stuff I don't care about. All right. Oh, I should ready the starship so that I actually can like fly the damn thing. And as it does this all the time when I do the ready starship thing, it does not actually bring it over the way I set it up. It's like, no. God fucking damn it. No, that's not the one I want there because, oh God, why are you like this game? Secondary shield projector should be there. Where are you? There you are. And you go there. Those are all correct. Everything else is correct, it looks like. Okay. All right. So the Shaw is now my ship, my actual ship. Excellent. Not sure I like that. Let's disable the visual of that. I may fiddle with the visuals on this in a minute, but oh right, yeah, right. God damn it! Why does it do that? It's like, no, we're gonna swap guns in the way you don't want them to. Why? Do not understand why it does that. All right. All right, now we got stations. All right. Do I have another tactical officer is the question. The answer is no. All right. Let's check my candidates I've got here. I have a Tellarite. I'm going to take a look at because there are some photonic bridge officers you can pick up from lockboxes, and someone might have put them on the exchange, and they might have traits I want for space combat. So we're going to take a quick look. So I need a third tactical officer, and I don't have the resources right now to get the thing I actually would really want. I do not have nearly enough fleet credits at the moment. Photonic?
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400 hours.
Bridge officers. This might be the one, not the one I'm thinking of.
Security team, report to Talking Base 6.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. Is it hologram? I can't remember what it's. Yep. All right, let's take a look at the tactical officers here. All right. Dukan Rex. These are all ground traits. Lek, ground trait, ground trait. Yeah, subterfuge, which would be nice if I had cloak. See if any of these guys have any of the traits I care about. Wayoon would, because he actually has a space trait, but I don't think the tactical guys will. Loris has that. Teamwork. Yep, nope, none of them do. None of them have traits I care about. Okay. Alright, what I really want is a... So what I really want is from the fleet, honestly, from the fleet embassy. I just do not have the fleet credits at the moment for it. My fleet credits are currently at 11,000, and I need like 80,000 for it. Do I dare burn nearly $1 million on this? It's me 8,500. That's not enough. I need fleet marks in a bad way. If there's anything here I can dump stuff into that won't cost me too much. That stuff I need that I'm going to need. Alright, I'm going to have to live without that. Okay, we will have to live without that for now. My best bet's a Saurian. And I think I want a very rare quality one. If I remember correctly, they're the ones that have... you don't have it. Nope. Nope. Saurian's going to have efficient. I think it's called. And it's a really good trait. I'll tell you, it's one of the better traits. My diplomacy's not high enough to get the... There it is. Efficient. Bingo. That's what I want. You're hired. All right. Shiasu. All right. Guild, let's promote you up to commander. Oh no, wait, I need her in that slot. No. I did want my science officer there, shoot. Well, I mean, I have the bridge officer slots, it's not a big deal. I'm just like, oh, right, I forgot. Leadership's not bad. I can move Tarsi off that slot there, so... Oh, but I don't want to. She's got chemosite. Oh, God. Alright, Shiasu's going to go there. We'll take Kathy off. have well, hazard emitters, science team. Polarized hull, because that's just generally, this is just a good defensive trick. We'll have to give her some, we'll have to teach her some new abilities, which is fine.
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400 hours.
Site and tier 2. Give her attack pattern beta. Alright. So we need to get Fire at Will 3. Where's Fire at Will 3? DEM3, that's just a good ability. Although I'm real tempted. Oh, right, that's a miracle worker station. Ooh, Scarvin may have to learn to be a miracle worker.
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400
Do I have a? Well, she assumes needs to learn Firewall 3. All right. Checking my bank. Can't remember if I still got that token or not. The answer is not. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. I just need to. All right. You go back here. Is it hyphen? No.
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400 hours.
All right, that was. Let's grab that. Scarvin, you can learn to be a miracle worker. All right. That gave me XC weapon. I don't care about that. Mixed armor synergy 3 is what I wanted actually. So. Yep. Beautiful. I've got the, I've got the mixed armament, so I might as well play around with it. Mixed armament synergy is a fun ability. Activating a beam cannon, mine, or torpedo will cause you to gain plus 50% bonus damage for the other 3 types of weapons. So if you fire off a beam, you get bonus damage with torpedoes. If you fire off a torpedo, you get bonus damage with if you fire off a beam, you get bonus damage with cannons, mines, and torpedoes. This is actually a really cool ability. You could do some really cool stuff with it. I'm real tempted to mount a cannon on the back here, actually. A turret. Oh. Oh, that might be real good. Oh, that might be real good, actually. Oh, this could be interesting, actually. Instead of the omnidirectional phaser beam array, I could mount a turret in there, in that slot. Or I could go 2 turrets in the back. That's actually tempting. Like, those are good, but you know what? We are definitely going to go with yeah, this is actually kind of hilarious. this might actually like actively work. Those turrets are actually boosting the damage on my beam arrays. That might actually be an actively good combo. Well, when I'm using mixed armor synergy, that might actually be actively good. Okay. All right, now I just need to get a couple of... I'm almost ready to go blow shit up, Brother John. Almost ready. We are almost ready. We need to go... We need to get a couple more... We need to train our new bridge officer a little with a couple of new abilities. She needs to learn tactical team. And she needs to learn... She needs to learn torpedo spread 2. Shimasu. Oh, this should be a lot of fun. The other option I could do on this, honestly, is to go whole hog on tactical, and just run hazard emitters back here into Met seat. I don't like that. I like having a bit more flexibility, but all right. I got our station set up. Good. Traits. Let's make sure my traits are good here. Do I have any? Don't care about that, don't care about that. Standoff is good, layered shielding is good, honored dead is fine, emergency response. Those are all fine. Alright, that should be beam training. Race under fire stays, warp theorist stays, elusive. Beam barrage. And I don't care about the other stuff. Alright, cool. We're good. Excellent. Those are all fine. Beautiful. Yep, I do want advanced engines on this. So I can actually get there. All right. And this will become even cooler once I actually get the trait, actually. All right, now we need to adjust our quick bars. Okay, it's got 10 charges. Okay. That wasn't worth the token, but it's interesting. Alright. In that case, we're going to swap it back out for the deterrent burn, which is more generically useful. And actually, no, we'll hang on to it. No, we're going to swap it out for now. Deterrent burn is just sort of more generically useful. Torpedo launch goes there. Time singularity. Approaching enemies on there. Brace for impact. An ability I do not use often enough, to be totally honest. Enduring fleet. EPS goes there. goes there. Wrangles repairs goes to there. 80 on inversion. Refracting Tetrion Cascade. Stance. Making sure I'm not missing anything that I need to have on my bars. Okay, good. Oh no, I'm missing one. I know I'm missing one. It should be under R. There's rotate shield frequency. I knew I was missing one. I'd rather have that there. That there. Alright, that works. Okay, good. HUD, let's move you over a little bit. There we go, that's better. Alright, now, quick bars. Stuff goes where that goes where I want it to go. Alright, and now engineering team, hazard emitters. Doop. Alright. That should be... Oh, yep, and power is almost exactly where it needs to be. Almost. Not quite. Those are where those should be. Good. Oh god, that's actually really problematic. Oh, that is... Oh, that's frustrating. Well, I'll live for now. I'll fiddle with that later. I'm not getting as much efficiency out of my warp core as I could be. Alright. There's my warp core has a thing called AMP, which gives me a little bit of bonus damage for every subsystem that's at 75 power or higher. This gets to 72 base. So it is very close, but not quite there. That close. Alright, now we get to test this sucker out. One thing I don't have is cooldown tricks for bridge officer abilities. When I get the Tier 5 trait on this, when I actually get the ship's trait, this is actually going to be effective, I think. I do want a way to get cooldown, though, for this thing. I know what trait I actually want, but I can't. I can't get it yet. A couple of different ways to get what I want, honestly. Alright, let's keep doing these and test them out. We're doing a sort of shakedown cruise of this thing. Yeah, this is actually I'm liking this ship. I mean, I like this ship. I've flown it before and I do like it. It's a good ship. Okay. This is clicking along pretty nicely. I like this ship. I mean, I've listen again. I've flown the ship before, and I know I actually know I like this ship. I think stylistically, I like the way the Narendra looks more, but this ship is just really, really good. Like, it's hard to argue against the Gargarin. It really is. Oh yeah. But as I was mentioning, I'll show this after I complete Narendra here. All right. I was lower on hold than I thought I was there. Oh. So yeah, optimally, I think I want for this, I want some sort of way to get cooldown on my bridge officer abilities. There's your tier 1 done on the ship, which is nice. I should be tier 1 now, am I right? Yep, tier 1 done. Hooray. Gives me some more damage resistance. Where's my engineering cooldowns? I didn't pick. Oh, I did pick up a point of tactical readiness. That's good. That's better than nothing. Oh, that's right. I was doing temporal for this. All right. I know what I probably should have done. Well, I know where my future spec points are going to end up going, but I'm not sure I should like Intel as my secondary. I'm thinking about it. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, excuse me. All right, so let us do a little more. Let's do some. Ox the Bat is doable, General 88. That's one I could do. You are correct. I'm not a big fan of it on this particular hull. The Gargano is not really set up for Ox the Bat, ideally, in my opinion. It's doable. I would have to slot this seat away from science over to engineering, which would arguably be better. You are correct. That is actually a good one way to do it. I have ships on this account that do Ox the Bat. And it's very effective. I do not want to say otherwise because it very clearly is good. It's not a bad idea. I'd have to basically be relying on basically just hazard emitters for my science abilities, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. So I'd be running hazard emitters there. I would probably... So those two would be Ox the Bat. We can try it out and see how it works, honestly. There's nothing wrong with testing it. So we'll throw my other engineer in there, who is... you? Timet. Let's swap you over for Sheila. Actually, we'll leave it as... No, we want Sheila there, actually. There's a reason I want Sheila there. So I can Ox the Bat. I want emergency power to weapons there. Alright, let's go back to Seoul. Cold-hearted. That's a trait I don't have it, but which one's that one do? Oh, that's a starship trait. Yeah, no, I don't have that, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, no, that's a real good trait. Unfortunately, yeah, it's the Tier 6 Marine Frigate. Yeah, this is a free-to-play account I made just when this year's anniversary event started, General 88. So, basically, anything like from then on, I don't really have. Again, this is an account I'm doing. I'm playing free-to-play on this character. Yeah, it's a thing I'm doing for a YouTube series I've been doing. Seeing how viable Star Trek Online is as a free-to-play game. And it is. I want to check this out. That's actually a really good point. You made an excellent point that I should take advantage of, but I need to change my bridge officer abilities around a little bit. This is my free ship I got from my coupon, which I just got today. Basically, I was torn between this, the Narenda, and the Arbiter. The Arbiter was probably honestly the most obvious good pick, but this is actually really I like the Gagarin a lot, and I like the Narenda a lot also, and they both have traits that are actually sort of generically useful. So, That's why I went with this. That's true. I'm a little low on I'd have to buy more Phoenix boxes. I'm a little low into lithium now. All three of them are really solid ships. So I went with the Gagarin because I decided I wanted to play around with the Miracle Worker stuff, and its traits is really solid. So, but yeah, I have the other ships I have right now. The other two tier 6 ships I have. I've got the Vulcan Science ship from the anniversary event and the Ryzen Corvette, which is they're both solid ships. They're not amazing. Yeah, no, they're very tanky. All right, so we need. We're gonna go with. What am I gonna grab for that? I guess. For those 2 slots. We'll grab Engineering Team 1, I guess. And then for that slot, I go DEM 2. That's not a bad pick. Yeah, direct energy modulation is actually not a bad choice there. Did I buy the wrong thing? I think I did. I did. Oops. Directed energy modulation 2. The other option would be reverse shield polarity, which would be not terrible, but I kind of want the offense from DEM too. All right. All right, now. All right, duty officers. Not having KDCs come off. Switch over to technicians. Yeah, I only have 1 purple technician right now, but yeah, don't have that DOF though. But yeah, it's really good with that DOF. I agree completely. This is actually definitely something worth trying out here. Worth experimenting with. I may want to change one of my active traits though. Traits. Yeah, space reputation. Ditch that one for something else. So basically running running Aux to Bat most of the time, having that buff based on my Aux power is not actually helpful. Oh, wait. I think I know there's one I want. Where is it? I hate the fact you can't search this. Yep, there we go. Chrono capacitor array. Oh no, that's gonna be a major difference in the cooldowns. Like, there's no question about that. That's just the nature of the beast with Octobat. As I said, I've flown Octobat before. I've done so on this account. All right, so. Ah, crap! I forgot to give her. That's one thing I forgot. I forgot to grab my engineer. Give my engineer. I forgot to teach my engineering ability, and there's one other thing I need to do. I need to grab some ground gear. I need to grab. Store hazard emitter 1. I need hazard emitter 1. You skills. There we go. Yeah, it's been so long since I've actually like actively played a lot with Octobat ships that I'd sort of forgotten about it, despite that I actually have done it on this account. All right, we no longer have. All right, we're gonna move. We don't have Gravwell either. Okay, that's actually probably for the best. I want to click those later. Oh god, I'm so light on defensive tricks. This is a little squirrely, but oh yeah, no, I used to fly Octobat very heavily on a lot of my ships on my main account early on, because it's just such a cost efficient way to build ships. Because the all right. Now, I don't know if my cooldown on this patrol is come down or not. We'll find out. If not, we'll go somewhere else to test it. Realistically, what I should do is I should get a keybind set up to just sort of cycle through the abilities quite more quickly. There's several that exist to do that. It just sort of activates your bridge officer abilities in a particular order. But I've never wanted to do that. I'm not a big fan of macroing if I can avoid it. Oh, Octobat does not work for exotic ships at all. No. It's fantastic for those, yes. There are a couple other ways to get to sort of do cooldown stuff. Yeah, it's got a 30-minute cooldown. Okay. I know where I can do a test. I should be able to do this, I think. I'll find out if I can. I might not be able to. I should be able to. Yeah, Argala is where I was headed. That was, in fact, exactly where I was headed. Criteria kind of is a patrol. It's a weird one. I was headed to Argala. This is actually a fairly easy test. It's usually Kazon, which makes it pretty easy. I'm not trying to stress test. I'm trying to you know. And it is Kazon this time. Good. I thought it was there. Oops. Last wave won't go on cooldown? Interesting. Yeah, yeah, this is set up to do some. I decided to experiment with something, and I'm very happy with the way this experiment's working so far. I had a realization I had misread mixed armament synergy before, so I slapped a couple of until I can get the quest phaser cannon on this thing. I'm gonna keep the. I'm running 2 turrets in the back. Once I get the Terlithium enhanced phaser Omni Array, I'm gonna swap out one of the turrets for that. I also got very lucky with my Phoenix upgrades that I've used on this account. But yeah, Mark 15 gold phaser beam arrays in the front is helping a lot. I've got very lucky on all of these. So I'm running 3 agony phasers because that's what I've got. I don't have the. I couldn't afford more than that at the moment. True, which will be nice. Less important for this character right now, but that worked remarkably well. Yeah, Oxabat's probably the plan for this ship, honestly. Level Mastery 2, nice. Yeah, I like this ship a lot. It's a good ship. Yeah, the Gagarin's a really good ship, actually. Alright, we're going to dip out of the Delta Quadrant for the moment. I don't know if the cooldown's up on Japori or not, but if it's not, I'll just do some TFOs for a bit. Oh, it's fantastic for ship leveling. Yeah, totally. I should get back to doing the main story quests in this character, and I will at some point. But right now, I'm just sort of dicking around with ships and such. All right, back to nope, wrong button. I did not want to go to Delta Command. Thank you very much. Alright. We want to go to the Beta Quadrant, is what I want. Alright. Let's check out... sadly, one of the ships I actually I use on this character that I had a lot of fun playing is not going to be actually an option any longer, unfortunately, on the exchange in terms of bang for your buck. The Voth Bastion flight deck carrier is no longer going to be available as a Tier 5 upgrade, Tier 5 view ship. They're making a Tier 6 version, taking the Tier 5 version out of the Infinity box, which means the price of that's going to go up. It used to be sort of gettable for about 4 to 5 mil, which was realistically achievable fairly easily on a free-to-play account. The nice thing about the Oxbat is it lets me keep like all my tactical buffs up constantly. It's huge. Oh, the mirror ships are okay. There's still some good options actually that'll show up in that price range. The good ones, the good options there are the. I've actually got most of them. Let me actually. I will demonstrate. I'll show them. All right, let's go back to Seoul and look in the exchange. The Bastion's going to go away, unfortunately, but which is too bad because. Oh, interesting, General. That's an interesting thing. That's what you mean by that. Okay, you can, if you leave before you blow up the last wave, you can repeat it. Interesting. That's good to know. I don't mind completing it though, just for the. It doesn't really matter that much to me. But yeah, that's actually a good point. If you cycle through those three and Argala and there's Argala, and I think there's one other decent one in the Delta Quadrant that's pretty good. Like those 5, you should be able to cycle through them fairly well. It does save on the cooldown though. You're right. Let's just yeah. Might as well slipstream. Zoinks and away. Hey, Kaz. Doc. All right, we're gonna go take a look at the exchange and see what tier 5 U ships are available still that are worth using. So, the one problem with the Mirror Universe ships is they're not tier 5 U ships. They're just strict tier 5s, so they're sort of mediocre. And some of the tier 5 U ships get a free upgrade. Some of them, of the lockbox ones, get a free upgrade. Some don't. The ones with the free upgrade are definitely better, are more worth, in my opinion, for obvious reasons.
An update to the Platinum exchange rate is available on the monitors.
All right. Oh, that's a really good deal right there. That right there. Ooh, they're actually cheap right now. All right. So right now, if you are watching this video and you're playing free to play, or if you just want some reasonably cheap ships, Ferengi Decorah, 2 million, good ship. It's a solid ship and only for 2 million. The Hirogen Hunter Heavy Escort, also really good ship, very cheap. The Nakam, unfortunately, is not doesn't come with a free upgrade. Otherwise, it's actually a very good scout ship, a good science ship. The Nightcore Bio Warship, I like the Hunter better, but the Bio Warship's also very solid. Decorah, yep, these are in the 3.5 range. Kazon Heavy Raider is not very good. Now, Hydro Destroyer is good, but doesn't get the free upgrade, unfortunately. But otherwise, it's fine. Does have a passive regen boost. Yep, the Biowarship does have a passive regen boost. It's a solid ship. I personally like the Hirogen Hunter better, but the Biowarship is actually pretty good. Mail-on Battle Cruiser. It's fine. Again, doesn't have a free upgrade, but it's a fine ship otherwise. I like the Decorah better. The mirror ships are technically tier 5, Andrea, just they're not upgradable tier 5s. The tier 4 ships, I believe, are slightly less good than them. But I admit I could be wrong. I'm going to take a quick look here. Yeah. The mirror ships are tier 5. They're just not upgradable. APU Cruiser again. It's a solid ship, but it needs an upgrade token although to be good. It doesn't get the free upgrade, I should say. There is one other ship I'm looking for to see if it's in here, and it should be. Unless they moved it out. Unless it's no longer available as a tier 5 ship, that's possible. Oh, the Arbes. I don't recommend that one. The Holy Mesh Weaver is an excellent escort, but requires the upgrade token. Otherwise, it's really good. That's a really good escort with the upgrade. Without it, it's okay. Alright, the Orb Weavers are going for 14 million. Okay, they're not super cheap anymore. Stormwind, I'm actually not sure about that. If the Mirror Universe Heavy Retrofit is able to use the Constellation skin. I honestly don't know. That's actually an interesting question. But yeah, I happened to grab the Orb Weaver when it was cheap. It's not currently, unfortunately. Lebu. But unfortunately, the Bastion is no longer in the Infinity Lockbox, so you can't get it super cheap anymore. Which is unfortunate because it's actually really good. The Tier 6 version looks fantastic, though. But it's not going to be cheap. Yeah, you can still get them for about 14 to 15 million before they will eventually go away. Which is unfortunate. But they're, you know, they're within the realm of affordable, but alright, what are the someone's listing the Voth Bastion for 200. That's comical. No one's got the Tier 6 version of the Voth up. 900 million for the Voth Bastion. Nice. Oh yeah, no, they've got 2 hangar bays now. It's a good ship. If you can snag one, they're worth it. But they are expensive now. It's an excellent ship though. I did a lot of work with that with the Bastion. And did a fair bit with the Decora. Honestly, the Decora is also very good. I recommend both those ships. The problem is the Bastion's no longer cheap, whereas the Decora is. I am sad that the Bastion is no longer a cheap ship to get for you know, free to play accounts. It's too bad because it's a good ship. Alas and alack. Let's go to Raiden. Gamma Raiden. Let's do a little bit more leveling on the ship, and then we'll consider doing some other stuff maybe. The Decor is good. Yeah, the Decor is worth getting for the Dabo table. It's got I believe it's got a full bank and the exchange in the back also. It doesn't just have the Dabo table. You actually have access to the exchange and the full bank in the back, not just the account bank. I ended up burning bunch of my lithium on this count on Phoenix packs because I wanted the upgrade books. I'm glad I did that because I knew I was going to need them when I got this. Fox Mulder, does it come with Dabo Girls? I think it comes with the Holo Lita. There's a hologrammatic Lita in the back there. And there's a Ferengi commodity broker in the back too. This is I picked up the Gargarin battlecruiser for the Miracle Worker battlecruiser for my Tier 6 ship that I got with my coupon that I earned because I completed the coupon today. I am going with this one just because I think the trait's going to be generic. It's going to be generally useful for most of the ships I would be flying, so that should actually be fun. Ooh, wow. The Gordon brought 2 science ships to this fight. Ooh, that's going to be annoying. Any advice for gearing quantum torpedoes? As a general rule of thumb, quantums are fine. I have a preference for the photon torpedoes just because they have better cooldowns and I think they have better travel time if I remember correctly. Are you talking about as a sort of just running like a single quantum torpedo as sort of a part of an array of weapons, or are you talking about going heavy on the torpedoes, like a lot of different torpedo launchers, and you want to run quantums? But General 88 is correct. There is at least one very good Quest quantum torpedo launcher from the story arc where you meet the Lucari for the first time. New Frontiers, I believe. Yeah, Echoes of Light. No, not Echoes of Light. Future Proof. Sunrise. think I actually have it active. Just so you stop talking at me about them. Yep, quantum phase torpedo. This one here. This is actually a really solid torpedo. It procs an AoE shield drain, which is nice. Yeah. This is if you want to run a quantum, I'd recommend the quantum phase torpedo from Sunrise. And it's part of a set actually with the quantum phase converter and the beam array. So if you're running phasers, this is actually a good set of stuff to run. Its shield drain is very, very good. Yes, General 88 is correct. I recommend that one a fair bit. It's actually very good. Yep, it's just good on drain builds in general. It's a good set to get. Can recommend. Like, thumbs up. I like this ship. I'm enjoying. I'd forgotten how much I like the Gagarin. This is actually working very, very well. I'm very pleased with this. All the tests isn't on more difficult stuff, but I'm able to cycle my abilities fairly quickly, which I like. Whatever. Oh, Ox the Bat. Oh, tier 3. Nice. Yeah, might as well. Let's go check out the Badlands. That sounds like a plan. Something to do. The other thing I was thinking about doing was doing like an ISA or something like that. I can do that afterwards. Balance is a good next step on the stress testing. Stop putting those on my quick bar. I don't want them on quick bars. I don't put them on my quick bars intentionally. Stupid, 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 stupid. We should probably, slipstream. Even with the Gamma Warp Core, yeah, no, I know. It will depend on what's showing up also. I need to earn more experience in this account so I can change my specs slightly. I went into Intel's my secondary, but I kind of want to do probably strategist instead. Maybe commando, constable. I don't know yet. Temporal primary because it helped me take advantage of the fact that I start my first tier 6 ship was a science ship. I'm actually very pleased with this ship as my pick for my tier 6. I picked up from the ship store for free. Yeah, the Eternal was on my list of things I was thinking about getting for this account, but I decided I wanted the more generically useful Gagarin. And the Vulcan science ship, while not ideal, is actually pretty solid. The event one. But the Eternal's real good. But the trade-off this thing will actually be useful on my science ship, actually. So I got a good chunk of damage out of my torpedoes, so. This one's almost done. All right. I've got the gamma. I've got most of the gamma set. I'm planning on getting that warp core. I just haven't gotten it yet. Impulse engine, I mean. It's on my list of things to pick up. But I have the gamma warp core. It is, absolutely is.
That incoming Terran Nebula science vessel will try to push you out of the area. Nebula science vessel incoming. Watch out for repulsor. Device shut down 1/3 complete. Reading energy instability. Watch for additional plasma storms.
They've not listed it. They've not listed a nerf that I saw, Andrea. So.
Watch out. Terran Nebula's last science vessel. Repulsor. Away from the satellite. Nebula science vessel incoming. Watch out for repulsor. Shut down. 2/3 complete. Nebula science vessel incoming. Watch out for repulsor. Watch out. Terran Nebula's last science vessel. Repulsor. Away from the satellite.
Oh, they brought beams back up to near to cannon levels again. Good. As long as they're roughly equivalent, it's fine.
Nebula science vessel incoming. Watch out for repulsor beams.
Man, I remember I've been around for most of the sort of swings in what the kings of DPS were.
That incoming Terran Nebula science vessel will try to push you out of the area. Device in standby mode. Complete the shutdown process. Nebula science vessel incoming. Device shutdown complete. Excellent. The mirror universe bases are transitioning to our universe. Head to their locations to stop them. The mirror universe bases are activating. We have 10 minutes to drive back as many as possible.
Oh, so they basically turned it into the intel ability. Huh, interesting. There are a bunch of ways to get weapon ace now. I'm not sure I like that change overall. Surgical strikes, that's what I was thinking of.
Destroy the plasma control station and deactivate its auxiliary satellite.
And surgical strikes was good at one point, then became crap.
Station's benefiting shields have dropped. Focus fire on the plasma control station. The station is drawing power from an auxiliary satellite. Shut it down to drop the metaphasic shield. Station's metaphasic shields have dropped. Focus fire on the plasma control station. Disable the power station that's orbiting the base.
Ow. Oh, that hurt a bit. Doop doop doo 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 doo. This is going pretty well, actually. Or okay, those guys just sort of bopped away.
Disable the power station that's orbiting the base.
Ignore's the only one still standing. This is working pretty well.
Disable the power station that's orbiting the base. All 3 bases have been forced back. Excellent work. Sensors reading a large force of Terran ships inbound. They must be making a final push.
Oh, I'm fine. This is a good
All
test run.
ships assembled to present a united front against the
I mean, if
Terran
you,
forces.
this is not to say you shouldn't jump in. I'm just saying I'm not needing anything right now. Just, it's running pretty well. Like literally, there's exactly one change I want to make to this ship, and I can't do it yet. I have to get to that bit in the storyline quests. I need to get the trilithium enhanced phaser, and then I'm good to go. Like literally, I need the trilithium enhanced phaser, and see if I can try to figure out how I can squeeze the console in also.
This is Admiral Lita of the ISS. I am taking charge of this operation. My technology has been destroyed. Surrender now, or perish in the flames of the Costa Motion.
It's not worth giving up a bone locator for it. And, I've given something else for it, which is fine. There are plenty of other things I can give up. 2 minutes left of this phase. A big chunk of secondary shielding. Doo. Oh, look at Vulcus. It might move someday. Should be sufficient enough. Hey. Oh, it's you on the Valkys. Cool.
The Terran forces have been pushed back.
Very cool. Valkys is an interesting ship. It's the only one of that series of ships that I actually like the look of.
The Mirror Universe invaders will take a little time before they come back.
Alright, that's enough of the Badlands for the moment. The Klingon one is sort of meh, and the Universe class, the Federation one, is just god-awful. Oh. God, that's a hideous ship. So the Agony Phasers have been serving me pretty well, honestly. Specifically because I'm temporal spec, and that DOT is actually very, very, very synergistic. There's an entropic rider and like attribute defenses and entropic amplification. So the fact that the Agony Phasers auto-apply a DOT effect, like I'm debuffing their damage resistance and, you know, doing 20% bonus DOT with it. And there's a chance that I'll proc another DOT, physical DOT with Entropic Rider. Oh, continuity's great, yep. No, Temporal's a good spec. And if you're flying a science ship, it's fucking amazing. I'm just not flying one right now. Anomaly leash and like temporal cross wiring and shit like this, just all really good for science ships. But I think eventually I want to swap, have as an option Miracle Worker and Strategist for this ship in particular. Miracle Worker is very good, and Strategist is a very good combo with it. Okay. All right. Well, for the YouTube recording, thank you so much. This is for those of you watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't want the recording of this going too long. It's already 3 hours about, so hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be doing more. I will be getting back to doing storyline stuff for this on this account in the near future, so I'll put uploading some of that to YouTube. But that's going to do it for the YouTube recording. Thank you for watching.